Well, again, ChoroQ fans, so today we have a dealership car. This literally came from a Nissan dealership. That's their part number, I guess. And it's a little Choro-Q. It's a little deformed Skyline GTR. On the bottom it says 2008, so it's one of the early R35s. I wonder if that's the year they came out with the R35. I cannot recall, but it's somewhere in that ballpark, I think. It's amazing they really haven't come out with an R36. It's been so long. Alright, well, sadly, we just have a bunch of wasteful plastic and stuff going on here. Why is there so much plastic in here? Right? What sense does that make? Why is the model that high off the ground? Right? Why isn't the case only that tall? It's really wasteful. This mentality that Takara had, I think it's part of Tomitech now, and then you have to have a cover for it as well. That's more plastic. So, you know, I complain about the use of plastic, excessive use of plastic, because it's exactly that. You know, I'm buying garbage that's polluting the planet. Okay, yeah, so it's got a little sticker here for that, but I'm gonna just throw this away, sadly. This is, yeah, that's a large amount of plastic. That's just silly. Alright, so you can see the deformation. There we go. Yeah, alright, yeah. Tail lights, yeah, they look pretty good. Got the dual exhaust pipes there on each side, not bad. And the wing, yeah, even has a third brake light. So far it's looking pretty good, actually. The wheels are kind of like the photographs. These are definitely not your standard 5-spoke wheels. They are blanked off, though, because these are pullback toys. So there's a chance a little kid would play with this thing. Although I'd be curious, everyone knows, how much did these cost in Japan? You know, someone actually went to a Japanese dealership, I bet, and bought this. I imagine they don't sell these in the Western world, but correct me if I'm wrong. So the tires are rubbery, yeah, so that's good. The side vents, yeah, they're there. That's pretty cool. They actually got those two vents there and that little accent piece above them. The door handles seems nice. These are very thin panel gaps because, I mean, this is a toothpick here, right? So very thin panel gaps because this is a plastic body. It's not die cast. So better details with plastic. Sadly, the detail of the headlight is pretty lame. It is clear plastic, but they have no molded indication of any of the headlights going on back there. They could have easily had it on the backside, you know, molded in. But they did get black paint in the little vents here on the hood. The grille, it's a nice texture, and there is some indication of the GTR logo, but I don't think it's legible. And then bottom here, we have more texture, and then some vertical strakes. I think those are like brake ducts. Just some random styling elements there. The black chin spoiler is paint. Okay, it's paint on that body. The little marker thing here is just silver. Same back here, it's just a recess. So it's all the same body color. But all in all, pretty good detailing. The body is smoked. You can see the spring motor back there. And then it's got printed on windshield wipers. This is raised, this molding here. The wing is probably a separate piece and it's quite well done. I mean, the thinness of the plastic for a pullback toy is pretty good. The red paint there is nice. And the taillights are great. Whoa, these are actually clear taillights. It's very rare. First, it's pretty rare to have clear headlights in a Choro-Q, but it's very, very rare to have clear taillights. That doesn't happen very often. So that's really nice. That's really refreshing to see. The roundness of the tailpipes is fine. You could easily get like a fine black Sharpie in there if you want to spruce it up easily. It's kind of weak though. I think it just says Nissan. Why wouldn't it say R35? Ideally, it would just not have this at all. I complain about that as well because this is a nice, you know, molded rear end, and you can't even see those taillights barely because you got this coin holder here. Alright, so it's kind of also weird it wouldn't say R35, but I guess you could just figure out it says 2008. Here's a production dial on the other side. Standard construction of a screw and a tab here holding the thing together. Alright, so all in all, it's better than your average Choro-Q, which makes sense because it's a dealership model, not just a regular real toy store retail thing. So the only other road-going R35 I have is like a facelifted version from the ChoroQ Zero line. See here, it tells you it's number 56 in the Zero lineup. Look, it's got painted taillights, painted headlights, and I don't know which costs more, but I know the Zeros generally cost a lot. In the realm of regular 1/64 scale cars, these are very overpriced for what you're getting, I think. Alright, but anyways, it's nice to have, you know, the different R35s, the first and the second, or maybe that's the third by now, I'm not sure. Facelift, that is. So I have a few racing ones. This is by a random brand that's long gone called Cart or CART. I don't know how it was really called. And it's got some endless livery on it. Interesting. It's a slightly different deformation, you can see. And then also, this Choro-Q is a different deformation. These are like Super GT racing cars. So this is the yellow hat livery. Oh wait, is this a Z? Never mind, this is a Z. That is not a GTR, so forget that, my bad. I guess this is all I have then for the R35s in deformed shape. Is this a Z? Oh my goodness, that's a Z also. I apologize. Well, so it's a lonely coaster today. I guess I could show you an R34. Okay, so that's an R34, and so this is one of the rare ones that has clear headlights and mirrors, which I guess I got the glue back on. And then again, painted taillights. And this one has a gimmick, I think. Maybe the engine. I think the engine opens up. I can't get my fingernail in there. Anyways. Alright. And I put some Hot Wheels Real Riders on there. So that is it for today. Let's get this thing going over here with its little cartoon namesake. Although it's so heavy, I don't know if the solar spinner can handle it. Maybe it cannot. Well, as to why ChoroQ doesn't have more R35s, I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery. Maybe there are more. There's no central database of ChoroQ castings. What I can tell you is the R34, I probably have 15 or 20 different kinds. So I don't know why they stopped with the R35, seeing though it's probably the longest running Skyline out there. Alright, well anyways, I will see you in the next ChoroQ video. Thanks for checking this out.